Okay, we'll start over. Forgot to start my walking app. I want to see how far I hiked. So getting ready to head out in the woods. I did apply a generous amount of mosquito repellent because once I get in the woods, they will be out there and active, I'm sure. So let's go out there and see what we can find today. And then, as always, we want to try to scan the area just to focus a little bit. Oh, there we go, perfect. And look to see if there's any deer in the woods, any wild turkeys. I can hear a woodpecker out there. And in a scenario where you're hiking under less than friendly conditions, this is something you'd want to do so you could avoid potential trouble areas. Lots of deer tracks out here. I will have my live stream later on today. This won't get uploaded until much later. And that's just because I have to wait till I get to a good tower. Otherwise, this thing would take forever to upload here. It caused me a lot of frustration. So you learn to adapt to the situations. Alright, so now put it on pause and wait till we get in the woods and see what sort of fun things do we see. Here's some interesting flowers. They haven't bloomed up yet. I'll see what they look like on the way back if I pass this way. See if you're real careful, you can sneak up on some of the birds. He's well camouflaged. So here we are coming in. You can see it's a little bit greener than it was last time. And definitely can hear more wildlife. There's those bluebells again. As we keep going, we'll find more and more. So I just moved that out of the way of the trail. Makes it easier for me to get through. Still nice and moist down here. Don't see any morels yet. I'm sure they're out here. So here we got a lot of twigs that have fallen and in the trail. A lot of bees, neighbors' cattle. The old woodpecker. Lots of deer track going down here. You hear that woodpecker. So this is still way too soft for me to be going into. We do have a trail coming up here. I hadn't went this way before, so let's sneak up here a little bit, see what we find. So there we go. One of those different type of blue flowers. Even got another kind of variety there. So definitely starting to green up, especially up in the canopy and on the floor. And as the canopy greens up more, some of these areas will get dark. You know, right now you get the spring plants taking advantage of the light they can receive. And you get a lot of flowering plants that later in the year will not be flowering. So still nice and peaceful. That's Mud Creek right over there. I'll see if I can find access to it. I don't see a clear trail. Get a little soupy here. Here we go. I'll come up to it. So here's Bear Creek. Used to be a rope bridge going across. I don't think I'd trust it now. And I don't know when this was made. I've been out of here for a long time. Looks like they're trying to recover it, but I think this is one of those remove and replace items. More of the flowers. Oh, here we got raccoon track. Like I said, as it gets later and later into the year, we'll get more and more vegetation growing back here. They said they grow by tree roots, but I haven't seen any yet. It may be still too early, or maybe too late. Another deer stand out over there. You got your regular little violets. There's big old bees, carpenter bees. They do like wood. There's some more of that stinging nettle I told you about. Edible properties, but don't have it rub up against your skin. It lives up to its name. Okay, I found a fungus growth. Now, I don't know if that's edible. I have to ask our wild man survival. But it is cool looking. I'll try to look it up later and see what type it is. So if anything, it's really kind of a calm and peaceful experience being out here. in a clearing, kind of, so I'm scouting ahead. See if there's anything worth trying to sneak up to, but chances are they'll know I'm coming before I would see them. Oh, there was an owl. And he just kicked up. So, seen the first bird of prey. I wasn't able to catch him. Seen him too late. Got more plants, more of the pretty flowers. I'm looking more for morels, but so far I see no fungus among thee. And it is my song debut. Although I did write a song, I'll warn you now. And as soon as I learn to play a guitar, I might do a short video on it. Don't expect much. I hear we're coming to the bend of Mud Creek again. Lots of stinging nettle there. That's usually how they grow. It's all through there. So I'm wearing jeans, so I don't have to worry about it. And this is why I'm wearing jeans. If I was doing this in shorts, I'd be regretting this quickly. Alright, so I just kicked up 2 ducks. You gotta be careful around ducks because they're quackers. My dad joke for today. I found some mushrooms, not morels. At least I found some. I'll look that up and see what they are too. See if I can. Yeah, it looked like I needed to kick up the zoom a little bit. So they are out here. They exist. Just have to look heartily for them. Now I'm kind of going off trail. More bluebells. Let's see how far I can head this way. So either the train or water will turn me back. Here, looks like I'm coming to a runoff. Yep. I'd probably follow this. Get me back to one of my trails. Lots of stinging nettle there. Deer tracks. The thing about hiking through here is just so relaxing as can be. I think I'm gonna head up to that hill. Now I should try my balancing act across there, but those days are probably over. And I don't want my hike to end up in I've fallen down and I can't get up. So I just look for an easier place to hop across. So definitely nice and peaceful here. There's some more of those mushrooms that we just seen. A deer stand. And looks like a trail. Huh, it's a trail. I wonder where it goes. Almost reminds me of Skyrim. You on a quest, and everywhere you go there's side distractions. Look, a cave. I don't know what's inside. Usually a bear. So there's some of the distinct going on the forest floor. Basically, I just found an animal trail here. Let's see where it takes me. As long as it's not too wet, I'll continue to follow it. There's Mud Creek again. Ooh, that's a turkey track. Those turkeys do like to live in the woods. And then we have deer tracks. So what I'm following is just a deer trail. As even they like to go down a nice cleared area. And once again, more of Mud Creek. Now back to the trail. So if you do get lost in the woods, what you want to do is find a natural waterway. And if you're in a high elevation, you want to follow it downstream. And if you're in plains like this, you follow it either way. Eventually it will take you to either a bigger way, or will take you to a road. Either way, it'll get you somewhere safe, because if you just start walking and you don't have a compass to shoot a direction to something in front of you, you will walk in circles. It's not maybe you'll walk in circles, is you will walk in circles. I've seen it done. I did it even once myself. Even though as careful as we thought we were, shooting a direction, we came back to that one point where we were at before. And weren't we surprised? So you have to be careful. Alright, someone's got electric wire here. They have it tagged. Which is very nice of them. Another thing when you're hiking in the woods, you gotta make sure you're picking up your feet. There are so many things that can trip you. So We came out this area similar before. There's a little shack. We're actually leaving the woods and going to the outskirts, which will make walking a lot easier. Oh, blackbird. I'm kind of feeling it in my backpack. And we've been out for a good while. Remember, there are times I've paused it where I'm just trying to walk to somewhere else of possible interest. So this area gets mowed. You got a big bush hog. Because if he didn't, it soon would be overrun with bushes. Oh, there went a bunny. Let me see if I can zoom in on him. He's right in there. I want to move slow so he doesn't kick out. Alright, should be right in there. Alright, we have it. I'm trying to correlate to where that should be him right there. Yeah. That's a little rabbit. Cottontail hare. And he's wondering if I'm a threat or not. Of course, he's probably going to err. There he is, on the side of caution. And as I walk up, he'll take off. Hey, I get to see some wildlife. Even if it was just a rabbit. They have to be careful with the big hawks and owls. And eagles, because eagles come through here. So yeah, we definitely went back further in the woods today. Found some new trails. But still no morels. I might just have to go and buy some of those packets, spores, and blast them out here in some areas. See if I can introduce them. I'll do some research and see if that's something that works. Sometimes bringing things artificially just don't stick. You never know. So I got out here before the heat hits. It was 100 degrees in the plant yesterday. So I did a lot of sweating. I probably drank about 10 bottles of water and Gatorade. I did have a V8 this morning before I headed out here. The last thing I wanted to do, ended up getting a cramp. So V8s are really good about replacing the potassium and other electrolytes you need. So, yeah, a little spider web. Let's set that part free. Then I have to walk through it. Don't mess with spiders. They're very beneficial. They eat bugs. So as far as I'm concerned, they're my buddies. Well, there's an anthill again. There they are. Busy little ants. And here I come out in the open field where I can cut across back to my house, so the walking will become easier, which is kind of a nice thing to do towards the end. I'll put it on pause and see if anything else of interest pops up. So even out here in the middle of the field, you got some interesting mosses that are growing, and of course until they get tilled over. A lot of times I'll dig these up and you can put them in a terrarium. They're kind of neat. And I do have a couple extra 10-gallon aquariums, and I can do that with. But I'm running out of shelf space for good reasons. I have other things in there a little higher priority. Alright, put her on pause again, see if anything else of interest, besides the numerous deer tracks everywhere. So sometimes you just find some interesting things on here. Here's a wash, and you can find some nice colorful rocks. I can bring to the house and display them by the flower garden. Here's a nice green one. Nothing too wild, but more deer tracks. A lot of times these will wash out. Ooh, there's a big one. Farmer's not gonna mind me pulling those out. Matter of fact, you'll appreciate it more than anything else. So, when we were kids, my neighbor and I would go down these washes and look for arrowheads. He had a really good eye for them. He would find them, and I'd walk right by him. There's a bigger rock. I'll trade you. Take the two big rocks. There's more big rocks, so I'll come back later. There's only so much big rocks I can carry. And at one point it becomes a chore. So thanks for joining me on this hike. Hike is a great way to get really good exercise. Even work your arms by picking up rocks. Definitely cardio, endurance. You're working your leg, your back, helping your balance, especially when you're going through woods. So I will post how far did I hike today in the woods. I'll let you guys take your guesses on that one. Now I haven't looked at my app yet, but I'm sure it's under 3 miles. But going through the woods is far more work than it is if you're just going down the country road, which I've been doing. So I now think I'm going to do the hikes in the woods when I can, weather permitting. Those evergreens, and about 10 years that whole area will be covered in them, which will produce a lot of habitat for critters to bed in. I always like to film it when I walk up to here this in case I kick something out. I haven't yet, but you never know. It could happen. So remember, eat well, rest well, and exercise with proper form is the key to a happier life, both mind, body, and soul. I didn't kick anything out, which is okay. They were staying in there, or they already moved on. Now it's time to eat a breakfast and get set up for my live stream. So, MacBean Scottish Fitness and Farms and Prepping. Everybody have a wonderful